Hello everybody and welcome back to another Third Age Reforged battle replay. Today I have another 1v1. It's another pretty short one. I wanted to show you guys this because this was one of our weekly challenges a couple weeks ago in MOB. And yeah, so the challenge was to rush with the dwarves, and there were certain stipulations like you had to start moving your whole army right off the bat and take the fight to the enemy. There wasn't any holding back. You couldn't bring any artillery. Um, so yeah, there was kind of like little rules like that, but for the most part, it was simply like you build a rush army and you rush. So today, I'm going to be playing Langoth, and he will be playing Gondor. So I will walk you through my army comp real fast. And this is strictly to show you guys that you don't have to be defensive with the dwarves. You can also rush, and it goes the same for the elves as well. But today we got the dwarves, so yeah. So I'm going to be playing Erenbor. I have 3 units of crossbows in the front in loose formation. I put them in the front. The battle's going to take place down here, so I end up just sending my whole army forward. But they come in handy in the battle, and you'll see. And then I have some Ironfoot spears. This is going to be my main line where I try to hit the enemy hard and hold that line while I'll flank around. Not much attack there, but they will hold pretty good. And yeah, so I have halberds as well. So spears and 2 spears and 2 halberds, which I wonder why. Don't know why I put them like that. Oh, I got spears in front of my halberds. Duh. Okay. So then I have 2 units of Ironfoot warriors over on my right flank, and the same as my left flank. And then in the middle here, I have a bunch of dwarf miners. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 units of dwarf miners. They aren't the best unit out of the dwarves, but they do pack AP and they are cheaper. So if you have a couple thousand left and you need to fill up 4 or 5 spots, then bring these dwarven miners because you can throw them in here with spears. They won't last the longest with themselves, but with these spears, they will last. So or they last longer, and they also will bring AP, so that just helps your spears last. And then I have some Axe Guard of Erenbor. And these guys also have heavier AP, more armored, more skilled, just a cool looking unit. And oh yeah, and by the way, before I forget, thank you to Kiru. If I can never pronounce that freaking name, Kiroguru-chan. He helped me for about an hour today sort out my graphics. I guess it was really ticking him off because he wanted to watch a replay. But yeah, so hopefully I got the graphics sorted out. We'll find out once I press stop and we look back at this video. So, but yeah, and to finish it off for my cab, I have some Ironfoot Wargoats, which are a very effective lance unit, and some mercenary cav. So just to tie up the enemy, I don't expect much from these guys. If they die, they die, but you still want to try to use them as effective as you can, but they are to tie up the enemy cav. And then I have some Ironfoot Hammer Guard, which my general is in, I believe. There he is. Can't ever get a good shot of him. Yeah, with his big freaking hammer. So yeah, that is the from my army comp, and we will take a look at Lango's army comp. All right, so here is Lango's army. He's playing Gondor. He has some Equor garrison archers in the front here in loose formation. He has 2 units of these guys. Then behind him he has some Citadel Guard on each flank with some Gondorian spearmen behind his main archer. So this is going to be his front line. He's got some Fountain Guard in here. Not in this, yeah, in this side as well. So he has Fountain Guard mixed in here, 200 spear unit, and a covered in with a cheaper spear unit. So that's not bad. And then he has some Pelgrim Marines on each side, so he has everything mirrored. kind of like how I do it. And Axeman, he's got Axeman in there. He's got uh, some honor guard in here, and then he has civilians. Yeah, he got 3 civilians and more Axemen, so more AP, which is good when you face the dwarves. You want to bring that AP. And then he has some garrison cavalry, some cheaper light cavalry units, and then he has Gandalf's bodyguard. So Gandalf will be in here. There he is with his big old white staff. And then on the other side, he's got some Pinnith Galen cavalry. So this used to be called the Green Cav because it said some explicit text for the name, but now it's called Pinnith Galen cavalry. So pretty good cav unit all around. So yeah, they won't match up with my cav. My cav will outdo these guys, but they do have units in here that can counter cav pretty well. So we will go ahead, kick this off, and you can see I'm moving my whole army at one time. That was the rule. Highlight everybody and click them forward, just so you can consider it a rush, because I'm moving towards the enemy. So we will go out here. I guess I'm moving my cavalry as well forward, and I'm just gonna hold up here and see what he does. And I guess he's deciding to pull back. He doesn't want to get too outmaneuvered. These guys are just kind of chilling over here, trying to guard each of my flanks. I don't want my crossbows to get pinned down, but my crossbows are going to start firing shortly, I think, into these spearmen. Nope. But yeah, Lego knows what I'm going to do already. He is also I guess in MOB, so he reads all the weekly challenges, and so he already knows what's going to happen. And I'm okay with that. I just wanted to see if I can do this challenge. But you can see I'm trying to shed some of these units, shed some of these HP off these guys, and get it to where when my spears hit, it's not going to hurt as bad. And I can break through just a little bit faster. But look at the dead off these guys, just from a couple of volleys of crossbows. And these Ironfoot Wargoats are already getting in the backfield. I think I got these Ironfoot Hammerguard over here. I guess there was a little skirmish. Oh, that's nasty. That's not what you want. We'll slow this down here just a little bit, and so we can catch up and see what's happening. I have some Ironfoot warriors coming in and meet the Citadel Guard. The Citadel Guard will last pretty good, especially if he throws in an axe unit or something, or get these Pilgrim Marines that hit these guys from the side. Those Ironfoot warriors won't last forever, but I do have some miners coming in here, throwing some AP in these guys. But these guys are having a tough time getting over here. They haven't taken too many losses. It's just one unit of Citadel Guard, but they are getting hit with jabs pretty good. And these Ironfoot Wargoats, I'm sorry I missed it, but they just destroyed the Pinnith Cavalry. I want to keep calling them Green Cav. But yeah, as you can see, I'm moving just everybody forward. That is the rules. These Axemen are getting pretty chewed up. Over here you can see the Gandalf's bodyguard taking on the Ironfoot Warriors, or Ironfoot Hammerguard. They're getting hit pretty hard with archers and I think jabs as well. Lango's wanting to get rid of these Ironfoot Hammerguard pretty bad, because they're not something you want to keep around on the field, and he knows that. These Pilgrim Marines are getting kind of tied down. I don't know if they'll be able to get their payload off in time, but now the Axemen are going to come over and start finishing these guys up. And now he's going to throw in his civilians, kind of get some stopping power in here, something for my guys to chew on, but not the guys that Langhoff doesn't want to die. He outflanked me, but then I outflanked him, so it's kind of just a big old mess over here. He's getting a nice charge off with his cheaper cav. It's a good use of them trying to tie up these axemen. Axemen taking on axemen. So who's got the bigger axe? But look, he's really wanting these guys dead, and he's slowly chipping away on my HP. Um, Trying to get rid of these guys. Any archer volley he can get. But yeah, so my uh, Ironfoot Wargoats are free to do whatever they want. They finished off the Penith Cavalry over here. The Citadel Guard beat um, they beat my Ironfoot Warriors. So now he's kind of losing micro of them. He wants to pull these back and defeat these miners real fast. But I'm going to come in here and just start chewing away these civilians, getting them off the field. I don't want them on here because it's just more troops that get in the way. He still has his archers going on, and he's still got a couple of Gandalf bodyguard. They hardly have any to do anything, and I lost micro of my Ironfoot Hammer Guard. But look at this, I must have got a charge off somewhere. Just the dead. It's just civilians though, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, if we look at this main line, you'll see the spears and halberds going against this fountain guard and civilian. I also have some miners in here, so I have more numbers, I think, in these type of areas than he does, and that's why it says victory seems certain. But if you go over here, you'll see the honor guard taking on halberds and axemen, and the balance of force is a little bit more even. But I mean, they have Pelgrim Marines and civilians trying to hold down, excuse me, these axe guard, and that just ain't gonna happen. So, but yeah, and these Citadel Guard are taking on these miners. And 97-56. I mean, it says they're gonna win, but I don't know. Get another charge in here. And that breaks these archers of 140, which is never good. But I guess they think they're outnumbered. That garrison cavalry is still going on. So we look at the balance of power. It is 48 to 62. I've lost 48%. He's lost 62%. He does have a lot of civilians though that are getting chewed up, so that might be one of the reasons why that the percentages are off. But he's still got some beefy units in here that will last a pretty good while. So yeah, we'll pick this back up to 1 speed and try to get this going on. It's not a very long battle. It's only 8,000 frames, so another short one. I know some people like short battles. I know some people like the real long sieges. But a good variety is, I think, the best because you can't watch an hour or 2 hour long siege every day, you know. So it's good to have a couple short ones in here. But these Fountain Guard are gonna last pretty good. There is how many of them left? I can't even see them. There's 55 of them left. I think if he finds another unit to throw in here, they will end up turning it around. And with like this, he's got a unit of axemen. I'm trying to stop these guys, and that just wasn't a good charge. If you run a unit away from a cavalry charge, especially if it's in loose formation, it will not do it near the damage that it should. Now these axemen are going to get surrounded and pretty much double tapped. These something was broken. Dwarven miners are broke. These civilians are trying to tie down my cav. They're just getting obliterated. That was like a loss of 30 right there. But I mean, that's why you bring him. So I do have a ton of breaking going on. These miners just aren't having it. That's a unit of 76. I finally got my crossbows going again. I didn't really have any room. I should have flanked them around. But yeah, these Ironfoot, um, wait, those war, yeah, Ironfoot war goats, they're getting mad kills with these charges in here, and those civilians are still trying to go around. Now he's gonna flank. These axemen are already shaken, but it says victory seems certain, but they're still shaken. They're they're scared, but they're winning. That doesn't make sense. My halberds have broke now, and they're doing the shuffle. So uh, when they keep trying to fill the line, there's not enough of them left. They'll end up shuffling, and they just don't do enough work. Like these guys, I don't know what they're doing. Look at that. It's like they're dancing. It's just what what are you doing? Whatever. It's just stupid dwarves. Yeah, now these crossbows are really just shredding it. So he can't really do anything about it. He's out of his cav. He doesn't have any cav left to tie these crossbows down. And if he pulled out, he only's got 10 of them left. So it's like, whoop-de-doo, what are you going to do? Kill like one crossbow by the time you get over there? So there's really nothing he can do about it. And then he's got these, still, the honor guard over here. Uh, and Fountain Guard mixed in together. That's a deadly combo. Just holding it down. I feel like these guys are going to break pretty soon if I don't get more help over here. I have some crossbowmen. I don't know if they're coming in here to fight. What are these guys? Ooh, these archers came back from routing. I have 2 left in this hammer guard. Let's look at the percentage. It is 93 to 76. I have 76% of my guys lost. He has 93% lost. But I mean, it doesn't really look like that. I think a lot of it's these crossbows. I got these fresh units of crossbows in here, which the Fountain Guard would do quick work of them, but they are getting surrounded pretty good. So I think they just do not have the power to hold on. Man, I am tired. I should have recorded earlier. I keep yawning. I'm trying not to make sounds when I yawn. Yeah, these garrison archers are pretty much done for. They're wavering. You got the cabin here as well as 90 Ironfoot crossbowmen, and there's only 58 of these guys, and they're cheapo archers, so they're not gonna last long. These guys will end up winning these Fountain Guard, but I snuck my crossbows around here, and I am shooting these guys right in the backs because they will hold forever. So now I guess he's gonna try to silence them. He's gonna take his honor guard, try to silence these guys, but they're getting shot point blank. And now there's only 6. So it's not good. And they won't last too long against the Ironfoot crossbows, even though they're archer unit. They're not that bad in melee. And these guys are wore down a ton. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is game. These guys, I don't know if these guys have any ammo left. Yeah, they do. I think I'm just tired of fighting these guys. They last forever. There goes the Gondorian general. But yeah, it was a good fight. It was I just wanted to show you guys like you can rush with dwarves. You can rush with almost I think every faction if you do it right. Um, it just you have to pick the right army comp, and when you rush you automatically need numbers. Maybe not so much with dwarves, but you can see I was able to deploy 2,500 troops with the dwarves, which dwarves aren't really known for their numbers. I mean, they're not bad like the elves when it comes to numbers, but they're not the most, and it's still 2,500 troops. And Lengo was only able to deploy 2,700, and he had all those heavy numbers of civilians and everything, so um, like high numbers, I guess. So not bad if you pick your army right. If you want to look at the army comps, here's what I brought, and you can see uh, my Axemen of Erebor getting 301, which what they go up against? I think they were chopping down Axemen and stuff like that as well. Ironfoot Halberds getting 280. Uh, Crossbowmen getting 182, 208, and 229. Just sitting back there. He did not have cav to shut those guys down, so they just kept sitting back there, getting just free shots off. My Ironfoot War Ghost getting 280 and Hammerguard getting 216. So that mercenary cav only getting 29. It's not good. But yeah, so if you want to try a Dwarven Rush, I would say this is kind of a good effective strategy for them. Now, if you go against somebody like the orcs or something, you're gonna need um, oh maybe two crossbow units and another cavalry unit just to try to just shred those numbers off as fast as you can. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty standard for dwarves. I mean, you got to bring a front line, you got to bring archers and calves, so it's kind of like almost not the same thing every time, but it's pretty generic for a rush army comp. So, but yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this and learned something a little new, and hopefully you guys try it out because I never see anybody rush with dwarves. They always sit back and just be. They think dwarves have to be defensive. Same with elves. They think a lot of people think elves are just supposed to sit back there and shoot bows, but you can also rush with them as well. So yeah, let me know if you got any questions and leave a comment below. Please subscribe to us, and you guys have a good one. I'll see you.